I realized that's definitely a need in the marketplace to actually service this software because it's so open, because it's so extensible, and because the team is so available. This software it's not going anywhere for a long time. So I knew that we'd be able to build things together and integrate with it, and build out some really cool stuff.
All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the HighLevel Spotlight Sessions. Today, I'm joined by Nathan Shearer, all the way from Australia. 3 a.m. for him. Nathan is the founder of Funnel Fix It, which is service as a service, I guess. And Nathan, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Trace. Nice to see you at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's good to be with you.
Yeah, thanks for staying up. We appreciate it. Nathan, tell us a little bit about Funnel Fix It, where that came from, what that's about, because I think that's pretty cool. And then we can talk about how you're transitioning into the high-level world.
Yeah, cool, man. So I joined a website builder community a few years ago, and started helping out. And we very quickly realized there was a need for a low ticket.
You can say ClickFunnels, it's okay.
Thou shalt not be named. I realized there was a need for, a services provider that was able to regularly service clients. So there's constantly issues coming up, people trying to get things launched, get things done. I've got a software background, so I know the techie side of things, and 800 notes a day saying, how do I add a domain? Can get kind of, well, I know how to fix that for people really, really quickly. So, I mean,
a funnel has a lot of moving pieces, right? There's a lot of parts to a funnel. So
yeah, definitely.
There's a lot to keep up with.
We jumped in and, someone else joined in. We jumped in and started servicing that community and providing services and solutions for those, and adding things like custom codes and stuff. So that was something that I really enjoyed doing, being a nerd, being a techie guy, and people really enjoyed that. We had people moving from that community over to HighLevel, and obviously as an agnostic service provider, we were able to service any of the new technologies. And invariably, when someone new came along, people would jump ship, and we would try and help them with this new software that came up. I won't name that one in particular, because there was one in particular that happened there, and people were just coming back. They would try this new shiny object, and then they were coming back. But what I noticed when people were moving over to HighLevel, they weren't coming back. And I resisted diving too deeply into these new fangled shiny objects that kept coming along, until I tried HighLevel. Once I saw the snapshotting feature and realized that this is a true business in a box solution that, everyone had touted for years, that was coming on board, and just no one ever executed very well at all. My first play with a snapshot, and realized it was updating things, and it was able to give you basically everything you would need to run an online business, like in a snap. That was it. I was sold. So we started moving a lot of our stuff over to HighLevel. We started playing around with a lot of the features, building small sort of niche, like if you could add this and this and this together, that's a full solution that's available just in one tool. I just thought that was amazing. So we've had a bunch of clients move over. We started building some really cool stuff with some of our clients, and I realized that's definitely a need in the marketplace to actually service this software because it's so open, because it's so extensible, and because the team is so available. This software it's not going anywhere for a long time. So I knew that we'd be able to build things together and integrate with it, and build out some really cool stuff.
So let's talk about this next step. So basically, at HighLevel, we want everyone to take the HighLevel software, put their logo on it, and then sell it to people as a solution, right? A software solution. They can name their own price. It opens up a whole new revenue stream because now you have a product that you didn't actually have to build or maintain, right? It's a fantastic opportunity. But what I think, there's still the whole other side of that, right? Of actually saying, yeah, I'm going to resell this software as a service. but there's sort of like a front end piece that's kind of missing. And I think this is where you saw the opportunity for GHL Tools. And so I'm excited to hear you talk about it because I've seen a little bit, but I don't know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, obviously, as you sell a white label software, you're exactly right. It's a product. I've come from that side of that corporate years of doing software quality analysis in SaaS solutions, software as a service. So I could see straight away the opportunity to provide this product. I knew it had a great backing, so it wasn't going to go anywhere. So it was something that people would be able to resell, know that it's going to be updated all the time. It's not going to go down. It's going to be well looked after. That gives people good peace of mind. But the majority of agency owners probably don't realize what running a SaaS actually is, like what it entails, what they need to do, what they, HighLevel provides everything for you. Well, actually, it doesn't. It has a relationship with you. And that relationship with you, when you move that relationship to a client, the relationship with you and HighLevel retains some of that technology, like the sale between you and HighLevel. There's no white label documentation. There's no white label support. So if you want support from the software itself, you have to provide it. All of a sudden, now you're a service provider. Now you're an agency that provides a software as a service solution. So you have to put that hat on and actually do those things.
Yeah.
So a lot of agency owners don't realize they have to do that. As far as the software itself, when you're making that sale, how do you onboard your clients? Now, obviously, HighLevel provides a Zap, and that Zap can create accounts. And some people in the group don't even realize that that's possible. And when they automate that part of it, that's great. What about the actual agency owners that are running an agency onboarding, like where's your Facebook IDs and you're in a country that needs your driver's license for Twilio and all that sort of stuff? How do you provide those things? How do you do that stuff? So I've seen some people try and do some automation around that onboarding as well. But then there's the other end of managing the SaaS as well. So if you provide a software as a service solution, if I grab my phone now and grab any of the high rated apps, things like Uber Eats, and even your Amazon app and things like that, if you need to change your account, if you need to update your credit card, if you need to download an invoice, if you're in a country that requires that every 30 days, you shouldn't have to provide those things manually. Even ClickFunnels, even HighLevel itself doesn't have the ability to go and change your credit card manually, automatically. It needs to be done via a support ticket. So those sort of things in any standard SaaS offering should be out of the box. So that's what we did.
Right. And let's clarify that point real quick. So like you as an agency in HighLevel, you can go change your credit card for your agency account, your white label account, but your customers in their sub accounts can't go into their sub account and change the credit card that you're billing whatever price you're charging for your version of HighLevel to them. And so, yeah, it's this whole world of like, it's the second layer down of running a SaaS.
Yeah. And HighLevel doesn't or is unable to provide that to your clients because everyone's so different. So it's inherent in that relationship between you and HighLevel and you and your clients. There's going to be some things you're going to have to do yourself. So that's what we did. We took all the bits and pieces that were missing, some bits to automate stuff that would be beneficial to you that everyone needs, like that automated onboarding, and also some customization. So what we've done, we've added the ability to customize that onboarding process. And within the next week or so, we're even going to have our own little drag and drop builder that you can build those forms yourself. So as part of that onboarding your client, you can ask for them to upload a picture of their driver's license. They can upload their Twilio IDs if they want it. You can have little videos in there to say, this is how you do this, and welcome to my agency, blah, blah. So that wrapper, we're calling it a wrapper. So we're taking your HighLevel. It's not our instance, it's your instance. We're connecting straight into it. So there's no need for Zapier. We've written our own API. We're using HighLevel's API and connecting straight in. So when your clients would purchase on the front end, they'll get set up, they'll get their account details, they'll get their login details, but they'll have that billing with you. They'll be able to go and self-manage their billing with you and manage that relationship with you as well. So they've basically purchased HighLevel from you. They've set their account up and they're able to log in without you having to get involved.
Which is a step that trips people up all the time. When I do onboarding, it's like, well, how do I'm going to create a user for my customer, my client, right? But then how do I give them their password? And how do they, these are all questions that are not super apparent. And so this is cool, right? They onboard themselves, they get their user password, they can log in, they can change it. I think this is really cool. Streamlines the whole onboarding flow.
Yes. So that's the core of the offering. What I also realized was there was no documentation and no support. So we took the documentation available, and instead of having like a 5-minute video explaining which button to press, we've taken it and put it back into typical documentation terms. So screenshot, we've white labeled the instance and screenshot each of the elements with arrows saying, if you want to do this, you click here and you do this and you press this button here. So we built our whole FAQ documentation website as well. And then we're providing that white label to the users who want this service, who want this wrapper. So it's your own version of that. So there you can go and remove things like the Zapier integration if you don't want to show people that step, or we've even got the agency documentation in there. You can just take those out of your instance. And also you can add your own onboarding videos in there if you wanted to as well. So it's your own white label help documentation website that connects straight into that as well. We also added the ability to, using that documentation, it's like a little chat icon, where's the little, there, that's the little chat icon that pops up when you press this. It's also integrated with that documentation as well. And then we can send those help tickets, forward them onto you, or you could even white label our service inside of that, and we can provide that white label support ticket service back to your clients as well.
Getting super inception in here pretty quickly. White labeling of white labeling of white labeling. Can you show us any of this, Nathan?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a demo website of me. It's my white label version of HighLevel, and then it's basically what you get with this is a full landing page SaaS selling page. It's a logical close. So I'll show you that in a moment. From marketing parlance, it's not the story behind why you would want this CRM. It's really, this is a CRM and this is why, these are the features of it, and go and buy it. So it's a typical SaaS selling piece, but you can have your own landing pages, lead magnet, story, webinar on the front end of that, just pointing over to this where the sale will actually take place. I'll pop over to that now if I can, and just screen share. So let me know if you can see lead grown up there.
There we go. Yep.
Move these little boxes out of the way. All right, so this is just a demo of the landing page. It's really in order form. Typically, you would have a lot of stuff already built, but if you don't, then we provide this to you as well. So
let's make this super clear. So basically, somebody has signed up for the $297 plan of HighLevel. They've white labeled it, calling it lead grown, right? And now this is their new sales page that's part of their new wrapper.
Yes.
Okay.
So they get their own server, their own database, their own website, and their own. It's a little mini CRM. I really don't like using that word here. It's a SaaS wrapper that helps you run your instance of HighLevel as a proper SaaS.
Okay.
So you'll get a landing page like this. We've filled out what we can with the features. It's not really benefits, it's more features than anything else. The benefits should have come before this point. So this is really like, which plan do you want, and buy. It's not meant to do much else than that. So it's a fairly standard software as a service solution provider. They'll pick their plan. For example, I've got the ability to have a really clean version, or I can give you a full-on every single option available, and then we've got some bonuses and things like that. If you wanted to pay annually, we'll give you some bonus templates and that kind of thing. This is just an example of how you could sell different plans within that. And it might be worth pointing out the current implementation of Zapier for the account creation isn't as granular. We might be getting right into the weeds technically here, but it isn't as granular as is actually available in the API. And that's actually a really good thing, because what's coming very soon, I've been told by the team there that it's coming very soon, is the ability to, within the API, so when you're creating an account, so your sub-users, so you're selling HighLevel, you're selling your own instance, when someone signs up under you, they get their account created. There's going to be the ability to, at that point of the account creation, have the user have things like the funnels and website builder on or off. So at the moment, it's a manual process. So you'll have everything turned on. They'll go in and they'll be able to turn those things off, or you'll be able to go and turn those off individually. But the moment that granular ability comes out, we'll be coding that into the API, because I think that's another coming soon that we've all been waiting for, is the ability to sell HighLevel at certain levels, at certain functionality points automatically. But also think of things like, I've had real estate agents come to me who are selling seat packs. So we've got a small agency or we've got a large agency, and because they're providing agency services, you can't go into a small office of 5 people and they're all, sort of family run thing, versus a franchise or a 50-seat license and provide them the same services. It's okay for a SaaS if you're just giving them the software, but if you're providing agency services, you need a different model. You need a different pricing structure for the amount of people who you're providing that to, or what we call seats. So the ability to, within the API, provide seat licensing. I need 10 seats, so therefore 10 seats is this many. And then when it actually creates that account, it creates those 10 users as well. So I'm super excited for that coming ASAP, and we'll be building that into the SaaS wrapper as well. So when people create their account, so they'll select their plan. Just pick one here, and I think I'm already logged in, so I might not. Yeah, it's going to take me straight. So it's actually skipped over the user purchase piece there, but basically it's just an order form telling you which option you've taken, put in your credit card and purchase.
And that's tied to Stripe?
Yes. Yeah. So straight into Stripe. Again, this would be your server. It'll be your settings. It's all your stuff. They'll go in and they'll create their business, which is setting them up. So this is where they'll go and actually add the details that HighLevel requires as required fields, a minimum viable required fields to create an account inside of HighLevel. So they'll add those in here. And we've also added the ability to say yes or no to that Twilio sign up automatically, but also we'll give you the option to add snapshots in here. And if you've got one snapshot that you give to everybody, I'm a real estate agent, here's your buy sells, or I'm selling a CRM, or I'm selling a software to you, and we cover 3 or 4 different, or 15, as you've seen in the agency dashboard there. So which are you? Are you an attorney? You're an auto dealer, Chiro? You can select that snapshot and it'll automatically push that into as well. So nice. We've got that ability to have one or as a default, or we can actually give you a provided list from your snapshots as well. So once they submit that, it'll pop in their account. It'll open up that dashboard because I'm logged in. I'm logged in as the admin. It's not going to let me create one, but it's going to pop that box up then and say, oh, here's your username and password. Here's your account to log in. And you can set this up so that when people come to, let's say, your landing page, it'll automatically, if they're logged in, it'll automatically push them onto this page. And here they can go and change their, they can go and set up change their password for you. You can go and change their billing address, their credit card. They can go and download their receipts and all that sort of stuff. And they can click here to log in, and that'll log them straight into your HighLevel instance as well.
Very cool. I think it's going to be really useful and help a lot of people out when it comes to reselling HighLevel, which is what we really want to happen, right? We want your resale of HighLevel to be the easiest, the first sale that you make, right? The first step. Get them on the platform, start upselling services from there. So this is great. Nathan, there you are. So Nathan, let's talk about pricing. What does this cost?
So we've got a launch pricing at the moment. I'm trying to keep it under $200. So I've got 3 different pricing structures. Depends whether a lot of people already have help documents. They might have gone and built their own. They might have bought some of the ones that are out there. I know there's some video ones and things like that. So some people have already purchased the documentation, so they might not need that. So they can take that out. They might have support already. They might have some VAs that might be doing that. They might have some people on staff in their agency that are doing that. So I think they might not need the support. So we can start this at $149 a month. And that provides you that landing page. We'll do that whole build for you. We'll get it all done for you. And it gives you that monthly. We're doing updates regularly and providing that kind of stuff as well. So I'm really trying to keep it down to as cheap as possible, because people have, obviously they're going to pay for their monthly as well. So what we've done is automate as much of it as possible so that we can provide it, as a proper SaaS itself, rather than having to build out a whole thing. So we've automated a lot of the onboarding. We've automated a lot of the server requests, and we're using Cloudflare and things like that in the background for security and SSLs and stuff like that to be able to really bring that price back down.
Okay, great. So you mentioned that this is a sort of a beta pricing available now to high-level users if they're interested, and it's most likely going to go up when this sort of comes out of beta. So where do people go if they're interested, Nathan?
So it's simple. Get.ghl.tools.
Get.ghl.tools. Fantastic. Let me just check real quick to see if we have any questions. I know we had a couple people join here in the Zoom. Does anybody have any questions for Nathan real quick before we wrap? If not, just head over to get.ghl.tools and you can hook up with Nathan, ask him any questions you want, or fire up an account. So it's not .com, right? It's get.ghl.tools. There you go, Brett.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining, Nathan.
Yeah, cool, Chase.
Head back to bed. Thanks for staying up. And we'll see everybody else in the next episode.
All right, talk soon.
Bye.